I used to say I didn't know where my money was going, but if I'm being honest, it was going to very small, very everyday things. A $4 drink, a $10 lunch because morning me didn't feel like packing something, $15 on takeout because I wanted to feel rewarded after a long, boring day. None of it ever felt dramatic, but it added up really quickly, especially as a university student with a lot of debt quietly sitting in the background. And I think instant gratification kind of ran my 2025. So this year, I'm choosing to slow that down. Not to restrict my life, but to be more intentional about where my money goes and what I actually want it to support. Anyway, hi friends, welcome back to my channel, or thank you so much for joining if it's your first time here. My name is Kenzie, and I am your YouTube cozy best friend. I am sure you've noticed the mic setup. I didn't want to hold it today, though, like close to my face, so it is on a lightsaber chopstick. I know. Bougie. Today, I want to sit down and share the no spend rules I am starting in 2026. This isn't because I want to restrict my life or take the fun out of spending money, but instead because I want to be more mindful where my money is actually going and making sure it's actually supporting the life I'm trying to build here. These are rules I'm setting for myself that make sense for me and my lifestyle, and I hope sharing them helps you think about your own spending, maybe get influenced by some of these ideas, especially if you're also trying to save for 2026 but don't want to be miserable. So, I actually have a written list of 11 rules I'm implementing for myself for this coming new year, and I think I'm just going to read them in list form and give you a quick little overview of why I think it's a good plan for the next year, my thought process behind establishing it, and if there's any exceptions. So, the first one for me is no impulse buying over $25. So, I am a big impulse spender, especially if I go to like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, any home goods store. I see something because like you go to those stores not really having anything in mind. Well, I'm usually at fault. And the things I get individually aren't usually over $25, but added up together, you get two mugs, two plates, home decor, a blanket, it adds up very quickly. So, any impulse buying like that, I'm saving it for a week. If I still want it in a week's time, then I might be able to justify it. If I forget about it, then I clearly didn't want it that much anyway. Or if it's sold out, then oh well, I guess. I mean, then I can't get it. The second one I've actually already started doing these last few months, and it is no door dashing food, which we're in an area where there's a decent amount of DoorDash drivers, but it's still relatively expensive. I think a meal I can get at McDonald's for like 12 bucks ends up costing over 20 if you add tip and like how they up their prices on the DoorDash app and stuff. So it's just not worth it. We have a car. Usually it's just that I'm too lazy to get out to get the food. But we're not doing that anymore. I don't think we've DoorDashed once since maybe October. But yeah, the only exception for this rule will be if I'm like sick and can't get out, or like our car has broken down before and I really wanted something. So that's an exception. We're hoping that doesn't happen though. I don't want this car to break anymore. Kind of in a similar vein is my rules on takeout. So I'm establishing a planned takeout rule. This goes with my no spending and like my groceries and just my overall health. Typically, I am someone who, if I have a long day, if I have a bad day, or if I even have a good day, I want takeout because it's better than something I can make, which usually it's not. Like, I don't know, I have a texture thing with certain foods. So, like, if the McDonald's chicken nuggets have a different texture than last time, I don't want them. I'll eat one and go, ugh. So, it's not usually any better than something I could make. And to be honest, I'm not usually the one making food. My husband usually cooks dinner, so it's not like it's saving me any time. That being said, we do like having like pizza nights or, want to going out. If we're out for very long hours and we're getting home, none of us are going to want to cook. So if we plan for takeout night, that's going to be different, but I really want to cut back on the impulse takeout nights. Speaking of groceries, that brings me to my fourth rule, which is groceries first. Meaning, if something's about to go bad, unless I have a plan to use it before it goes bad, I'm not allowed to get takeout. Fruits and stuff go bad really quickly, and I always buy them with the best intentions, and then they rot. So, I'm establishing this rule mostly for myself to be like, girl, you gotta use your groceries. You gotta double check to make sure nothing's gonna go bad before you even want takeout. And yes, that is going for the planned takeouts. If we plan for takeout and something's gonna go bad, we better have a plan for that thing that's going bad before we get the takeout. I am gonna jump to my eighth rule because it also has to do with groceries, which is my weekly grocery budget is $100 a week for me and my husband. That does include our like cat litter and cat food when we do need it. It includes our shampoos, our conditioners, anything that we kind of get while we go grocery shopping. My goal is to get everything in that $100, and we've been doing really good. I started it, I think, at the beginning of December. We have hit, I think, $99 and some change each time. I like to say that's really impressive, actually. I want to take the extra money that comes out from that $100 and put it towards our bulk Sam's Club buys, because I get like my Bloom Pops from Sam's Club. We get a rotisserie chicken from Sam's Club. Like our big bulk things that you could get at the grocery store for cheaper in smaller amounts. But if you get in bulk, it just usually saves money in the long run. But it's hard to justify like $26 for energy drinks when that's over a quarter of your weekly budget. So that's what I think I'm going to try to do is take, even if it's just cents, put it aside and go to Sam's Club like once a month. We'll see how that goes. We'll update each other on that situation. Okay, so the next rule is no buying duplicates of things I already have. This is like the exact same thing or similar items. So if we're going to be honest for a moment, I currently have, I think, 2 conditioners and 3 hair masks in our shower. My husband uses the same products as me, so they are, in fact, all technically mine. But that's gonna stop, basically. I do have like a clarifying shampoo and a dandruff shampoo. Those I would count as different products because I use them for different things. But the conditioners are both hydrating conditioners, just 2 different brands. And then the hair masks are all basically the same. Granted, I did get the last one as a gift for Christmas. So technically I didn't spend money on that. But that's kind of what I'm talking about when I say no buying duplicates, unless I am really close to empty. And like that's the next time I'm going to the store. Like the last time I'll go to the store before it's empty. If that makes sense. Rule number 6 or 7, if we're going by the list I've actually read these in, or if we're going by the order I've actually read these in, no online shopping when bored. So I do this a lot, mostly because, you get bored, you go on Pinterest, Pinterest leads to links, links lead to Amazon, Amazon leads to you can get this in 2 days. And then my bank account is sad. So no online shopping when bored. If I do online shop when I'm bored, because it will likely happen, I have a plan to just put it in a wish list. Mark it, like it, save it, screenshot it, whatever I can do for that specific website, and just leave it there. maybe have them as like ideas for when people want to get me something. And like, when a friend or your parent asks what you want for like a birthday and you forgot everything you've ever wanted for the last year, that's how I'm gonna combat that. But no impulse online shopping, no matter the price. Next on the list is a big one for me, and that is seasonal decor. I am a big seasonal decor person. I love changing my stuff out, adding seasonal touches like Christmas. So I do have a lot of seasonal stuff already. I don't need more. To be honest, I don't need more, but I do enjoy it and it does bring me a lot of happiness to decorate and like redo things. And I do like reuse the things I get every year. I just keep adding to it. So I don't want to say get rid of that completely because it is something I find to bring me joy. So my rule for this is seasonal decor must have a planned use. I gotta know where I'm gonna put it or what it's gonna be used for. And if I don't have a space for it, I'm not getting it. And then I have to wait 48 hours no matter the price. So this isn't like the impulse buy where it can be under $25. I don't care if it's $5. I have to wait 2 days before I can go buy it because like, I just, I will buy it. I will buy so many at different times, especially at Home Goods. So we are waiting. This counts for decor and like placemats, cups, mugs, those types of things. We're waiting 48 hours. All right, guys, it looks like we have 3 more to go. So the next one's a little bit obvious, and I've been trying to do this already, but no more reusable bottles and no tote bags. So I don't believe every state does this, but Maine has the plastic bag banned, so we have a lot of reusable bags. And I have a lot of canvas tote bags. I don't need any more. But when I go somewhere and I want like a little trinket from a gift shop or something, I usually end up going to the tote bags because they're cheap, they're like useful. But now I have like 20 tote bags that I also don't want to get rid of because I like the memories of them. So we are stopping getting tote bags. Please. If they're gifts, that's completely different, but I am not buying myself another tote bag. Same with water bottles. So I have this one, which is my latest one. And luckily, I'm not someone who spends a lot on water bottles. I had a pink Awala, which I loved, and then she got dented in a way where she couldn't sit flat. And with a cat and like school, it just kept falling over and it was really loud and super annoying. So my husband actually bought me that one as a I'm sorry I dented your bottle because it was his fault. And this is the last one. Unless for some reason a similar thing happens, that is the last one. I love this bottle. I love the size of it. I don't have an excuse for a new one. And I love the color. It's so pretty. But no reusable bottles. I don't care if it's if I think it's gonna be better, if it's bigger, I have enough. Alright, so rule 10 is no stuffed animals for myself. And then I specifically put jelly cats. So I love stuffed animals. I think they're adorable. I mean, there's one here. You can't really see it, but there's one in this corner. I have stuffed animals decked out on this is my living room, on my living room shelves. So clearly I put them to use, but I have so many and they're so expensive, especially the ones I currently like because I like jelly cats, and those are at least $35 a pop. So I can't justify it. Now, they can be gifts. If people want to give me jelly cats, I will take them. But it's just not something I can foresee myself spending in this new year. Like, I just can't. I've spent enough on stuffed animals that it's not justified anymore, but that's okay. I'll get stuffed animals as gifts for other people because, like, my friends and family like jelly cats and stuff as well, but none for myself. They will be on wish list though. The last no spend rule is no new monthly subscriptions. This isn't going to be too hard, I hope. I do tend to fall into the like, oh, it's $7.99 a month. That's like nothing. Until you have 10, then it's something. Because right now I think I have Netflix, Spotify, Hulu. I definitely have more. I think I spend like $100 in subscriptions. I definitely don't want to get any new ones unless it's replacing an old one. Like if I want to get a Paramount subscription and get rid of my Netflix one or something like that. We'll see how it goes, but I think that one will be relatively easy. I just wanted to add it in there as a like, don't fall for that trap that you fall for a lot. So we'll check in on that one as well, for sure, because who knows? Okay, guys, so these are my no spend rules going into 2026. It's nothing extreme, but boundaries I know I can live with. I don't want saving money to feel stressful or restrictive. I just want to be more mindful about where my money's going and if it's supporting the life I want to build, not the current moment I'm in. If you're trying to be more intentional too this year, I would love to know what is your money habit that you are cutting out. Thank you so much for being here with me today and chit-chatting about money. I really hope you enjoyed the video and videos like this. Feel free to subscribe if you want to be a part of this little cozy community on YouTube. We are slowly growing, but I'm having so much fun doing this and I'd love to have you join. I will be posting more chit-chat type videos like this, I think, on Thursdays and then more vlog lifestyle videos on Saturdays. So stay tuned and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.